putting in a basement kitchen, doing an epoxy countertops, and the primer has already been applied to the counters. And what brand epoxy is this that you're using?
This is Leggari.
Leggari?
Leggari products.
Leggari products. So like I said, the primer has been applied. So this is called metallic epoxy?
Yep, this is their metallic epoxy. It's going to give a little bit of luster to the base coat.
Okay. So you got a part A and part B, and right now you're pouring the part B.
And this just gets it out of the handle.
So there's actually three parts to this. You got part A and part B of the epoxy, and then you got a packet of something called metallics.
The metallics that go
And
with
this gets all dumped in the same 5-gallon pail.
Yep.
And then you mix it.
Then it's mixed, and then it gets poured into a second pail. Well, actually, it gets poured into a second pail first, then the metallics get added.
Okay.
That's to make sure everything's stirred very, very well.
Oh, so you stir the part A and start part B.
Correct.
You get it mixed. Then you pour it in another pail, and then you add the metallics.
Correct.
Okay. So you already got part B in this bucket.
Yep.
How long does it take for this to set up?
About an hour, hour and a half.
That's not bad.
All right. Go ahead and scrape the back first. Down. And the sides. Now the metallics.
Okay, the bucket's been scraped. Now he's adding the metallics. Little zip packet.
Yep.
Is that a dissolvable packet or?
No.
Okay.
This is just, you don't want to breathe it, so in case it gets busted open, I think.
So what is the final product going to look like on this? It's just
It'll
a-
look like a black marble with
Okay.
white marble veins.
Okay. And there's no other product you add to give it a vein effect or anything?
Nope, you'll see.
It just does it? Okay.
Just in how you lay it.
There is another product that you add. We have to mix it. You use the isopropyl alcohol. We spray it to get the remainder of the black resin off,
Okay.
and then that gets it.
So you're cleaning the mixing
Cleaning the
paddle.
mixing paddle.
And then what are you doing, Matthew?
I am defuzzing the roller so that all the little fuzzies don't get
Oh, okay, okay.
inside the
Got it.
finished product.
So there's actually, so this is the base coat, I'm told, and then you have another two-part you mix up, and that is the color that will be poured in.
That'll be this guy.
Okay, white and yep, your A and B epoxy with some white. Okay.
First step is to pour the base coat out. Try and make it even as much as you can.
So basically you just spread it so it's,
so that it's about the same thickness, and then it will
So does it-
self-level.
does it ooze over the top?
Yes, it does.
So,
That's why you have so much plastic. Every square inch of everything's covered.
and then you gotta kind of wipe out drippings below it?
Yep, after it sits for about an hour, hour and a half,
Uh-huh.
you take and wipe all the little drips that are on the edges of the counter off.
Now, this is not a water-based. I'm surprised, I don't smell anything. That's nice. I've seen it where people are wearing ventilators and, you know,
Yeah, this-
personal protective equipment and,
Yeah, this doesn't have as much of a smell. You can still smell it, but it's not
yeah.
It is low VOC.
So what did you use for base? The plywood or,
We used masonite,
okay.
and then every
What
single-
thickness of masonite did you put
two
down?
3/4 inch pieces of masonite,
Okay,
MDF.
or MDF. I'm sorry,
oh,
MDF.
MDF. And then you do an edge, you got a
Yeah.
drip right over
And
here.
we have an edge on there.
This
It's
is,
all right.
That's all
okay,
right.
okay, cool.
All right, Matthew, go ahead and start mixing.
All right.
So now he's gonna mix the component for the color component. Gotta make sure you're on protective surface. What's that now?
Once we have the MDF laid down, we use Bondo at every single seam and screw hole to have a perfectly flat, smooth surface. That way
Okay.
You don't see any of the
No seams or
seams in the in the
imperfections? Yeah. Okay, so now you're rolling the edge to get this on the,
About a foot and a half at a time. You roll some more onto the paint roller. Use a 3/8 inch nap roller. And this is just one method of doing epoxy countertop.
Sure. So now you're adding the white pigment to the,
Yep. It'll come out of there.
Oh, I think I remembered him talking about that too. Sometimes you have to heat it up, run hot water on it.
oh, this looks pretty thick.
It is really thick.
Yep. That it is.
So you're putting the isopropyl alcohol on the,
On the
Mixing.
mixer so we can clean it all off.
It is in this bucket as well. Now, the fun part, make it look like marble. Just basically do random designs and patterns in there.
You don't work it with a brush, you just let it blend?
Nope, we'll
Yeah.
use a squeegee actually.
Oh, okay. I like that contrast, the white against the black.
Now next step makes the counter look absolutely ridiculous for a
Okay.
little bit.
You just kind of smear it in there, huh?
You do.
That did scare you the first time you did this.
It
huh?
absolutely did. I was petrified. At least it was my own countertop, so if I messed it up, nobody could yell at me except my
Right.
wife.
And then what does it do once it starts setting? It starts,
What it does is it pulls apart as the resin continues to flow. It pulls the lines apart.
okay,
And the last step is to spray it with isopropyl alcohol, which gives the kind of little bubbling effect you see in marble.
okay. So it gives you, what's your normal working time do you have?
You've got about 30 minutes to do this step.
Okay. After you put your base,
After you put the base coat down.
so you use every bit of that 30 minutes, the way it's looking.
Yep.
So it's starting to separate and kind of taking its form.
Ocean there.
So you're adding some white in some area that you're,
Perfect. And then go over the other side. Yep.
Right in this area.
Yep.
right here.
Yep.
There you go. There's our insert. I'll try to get it now. So here you go. Spots. One here. Second one here. One here. So you put some on here. Okay, so what's the next step? You said you do alcohol?
Alcohol.
Right there.
And you just spritz it.
And this will give it a texture?
Yep, look at the texture coming behind it.
Oh, yeah. And that's all that does, gives it a textured
Yep,
effect.
Just gives it a texture.
Cool.
So fun watching those little bubbles pop out.
Right? Get everywhere? Looks
I
like
think
it.
so.
I'm good. Spots that have a big divot from where a drop of alcohol hit it, we just poke it. Where did that one go? Slide in there a minute ago. Just a little dab will do ya.
Yeah, I saw a spot.
I know a lot of them start to kind of
They do
fade back
kind
out.
of fade
Starting
back
to
out, yeah.
disappear.
Because they're popping and the stuff's moving
Yep.
around.
So you're looking for pock marks,
Mhm.
and you just touch your finger on it.
Yep. And this will keep this stuff will keep flowing for another half hour or so. You also look for the same, like on the edges, if there's any dry spots, and then you just pull some down.
Right here, so, like right here, looking like this. Right here.
Are you seeing that through the camera?
Well, no,
Or through
I'm,
your-
I'm looking my
yeah,
eyes.
okay.
What I'm doing is I'm looking at the reflection of the light,
Ah,
and I'm walking around with the reflection. So you almost need that Milwaukee intense light, don't you?
Right.
For getting reflections on it.
here's kind of one.
So it looks like a
just
run?
drip, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you just,
Oh, you used your finger.
yep, just fade it out.
Yep.
Well, and you see this here?
Yep.
That was on top before. Now
And
it's a
that's
straight
okay.
line.
And like this right here, does
Yep.
that,
That one doesn't look so nice, so we move them around.
so you just kind of, so like here,
Just soften the edge.
right
Yep.
there. Yeah, that's cool. So here you got a edge here, Michael. Yeah, looks pretty good. Okay, so now you just play the waiting game, let it set up, huh?
Yep, it take about 30, 45 minutes, and as you go, you can kind of take care of some of the drips, but it really needs to be hard.
And then you
Just
knife
grab
it off.
You just grab it with a knife, yep,
Uh-huh.
and it slices off nice and simple.
Cool. All right. Looks pretty good.